Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Northland Group from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing exactly what the next best step is to take. Now, I do want to say that this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. There's situations, for example, that if you know or believe that Northland Group or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or really any major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf, zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Just give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below. So with that, I want to go through in this video the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Northland Group? The reason I put this one at the top of the list is because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And really it makes sense. Few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related specifically to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The other thing to remember is that the amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, I guess I should answer the question, who is Northland Group and why are they on your credit report? So they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. So an example would be, let's say you have an unpaid card with Capital One, and let's say it's $1,000. Northland Group could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect that full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time, I always say paying actually isn't in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Actually, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And I want to say too, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you, again, may be owed a lawsuit. So that's another case. You want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Northland Group? So I look at it this way. Settling your debt with Northland Group always depends on your goal. Typically if you're wanting to improve your credit score, which I think a lot of us are, paying isn't the best option. Now, the reason that I say that is, like I mentioned before, even if you pay that collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. So instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. How do you remove Northland Group from your credit report? Well, the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared to spend some time, maybe weeks, maybe months, really learning and understanding how to do it properly. However, you can hire a professional to handle it for you, and you can ensure that it's done properly the first time. You can save the extra time putting into that, and we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Northland Group accounts many times, and they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Northland Group to stop calling you? So, as I mentioned before, Northland Group calling is their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Let's see. Next question is, will Northland Group try suing or garnishing my wages? Another scary thought, but really Northland Group suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. And that's because there's a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Northland Group? Well, you have the right to dispute any of your debt that they have purchased. You see, Northland Group is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. But if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. That's what we're here for. You can call us today. We can discuss your options. Once again, you'll see our number in the description. And that's all I have for today. So thanks so much for watching.